Hello everyone, and welcome back to Technically Unsure, where I'm not really sure what I'm doing technically.
Greetings,
Technically unsure. So, have you ever looked at a Raspberry Pi and wished it had an identity crisis and thought it was a full-blown server? Well, that's ZimaBoard 2, basically. It's a single board computer, size of a Raspberry Pi 5, basically, and it is a cross between a microserver and an SBC. This little box is basically a successor to original ZimaBoard, which was a success story, I believe. A lot of people had it. I have multiple of them. And it is a very lightweight, very small, low power consuming server, microserver, but you can run a lot of software on it. And this one, just imagine Raspberry Pi, but it comes with an x86 CPU and a PCIe slot. Okay, and the ZimaBoard 2 is basically a hackable single board computer on steroids. You can turn it into a NAS if you want to. You can turn it into a media server, DIY router, or whatever you have in your homelab projects, whatever your nerdy heart desires. Basically, you can do it with this. As I'm unboxing, I will also tell you a little bit about the specs. This is the board. So as I was saying, the CPU is actually an Intel Quad Twin Lake processor, which is basically the N150, and it can go up to, I believe, like 3.6 gigahertz. This is basically 3 times performance compared to original ZimaBoard. Okay, and I can feel the weight, so it's heavier, and you can see the open PCIe slot right over here. Okay, and this is the board. It's very, very nice and well built. I hope you can see that through the camera. This one comes with 8 GB or 16 GB DDR5 RAM, and there's also onboard eMMC, which does have like a 32 GB or 64 GB versions. In terms of networking, I love it because they are both 2.5 gigabit. I love it. And in terms of the PCIe lane that we were talking about, this one, so this PCIe is actually a PCIe Gen 3 X4 slot. So just as an example, the first thing comes to my mind, I can plug in a 10 gigabit Ethernet adapter to this. So I can put a 10 gigabit Ethernet and use that alongside with the 2 over here. For instance, you can connect, very fast computer that you have to the 10 gigabit port, and then these can be your internet. I'm assuming you don't have a 10 gigabit internet, obviously. So if you have, that's a different story, but you can turn one to internet, one to LAN, and one for fast connection, something like that. You can turn this into a pfSense box super easily, and this is overkill for if you want to just run pfSense. I would install it in a hypervisor environment such as proxmox and use the pfSense as one of the guests, and use the remaining computing power for other stuff. So that being said, in terms of storage, there are 2 SATA 3 ports ready to hook up your hard drives or SSDs. So, you can go up to 36 terabyte storage basically connected to this. And in terms of display output, mini DisplayPort and mini DisplayPort 1.4, which can do 4K at 60 Hertz. So if you want to do, Plex server or something like a Jellyfin, whatever, you can absolutely go for it. And in terms of cooling, as I don't have to say anything, right? I'm assuming it's self-explanatory. I mean, just look at it. The whole thing is aluminum, or aluminium. Aluminum! There's no noise, no fans, just a case, and it's gonna keep the whole thing cool. And I like this box, so don't throw this out. And you can see you can cut it over here, and these are basically slots that you can put as it says right over here, a 2.5 inch SSD, 2.5 inch SSD, 2 SSDs over here, and ZimaBoard 2, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see what else is in the box. Okay, there's nothing else on this other than okay, so this is, that's basically, this is the USB ports are USB 3.0, and it's the 12 volts input, and the PCIe 3, we talked about it. And on the back, we didn't touch base on this. So on the back, this is basically to power the SATA ports, and these are 2 SATA connections. where you can connect two SATA hard disk drives to this powerful but very small, board SBC. So let's see what else is in there in terms of, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if this is standard. So they sent it to me, and I think it comes standard, but I don't know. We have to check with the vendor. But here basically you can, if you don't have a mini display, you can plug the HDMI over here and get the mini display port output from over here. So you can technically turn this mini display port to an HDMI port. Okay, easy. And there is also plugs for different countries. So I'm going with the Freedom plug. Okay, and yeah, these are easy. I like these ones. There you go. That's it. And also there is the SATA cable, which is right over here. Okay, so you can connect one disk, two disks, and it will give you two SATA cables basically, and the power, which is in the middle. Okay, so if I want to show you, this is how it is. So we have to put this in there just to power our both disks, and we can plug one to this and the other one to this. There you go. Now you are ready to plug two SATA disks to this bad boy. Okay, so easily you can connect two SATA disks to this. You can even connect more disks through this PCIe port that's given. You already know that. Like there are some PCIe cards where you can plug, you can put in PCIe NVMe SSD disks and plug that into this. Or you just use the two SATA and use this for communication, like gigabit Ethernet or some other stuff. Get creative. You can maybe you want to do AI LLM stuff. You can put some edge, I don't know, eGPU or accelerator card for AI experiments. You can put it right over there and run your own LLMs on this. On its own, I have shown multiple N150 based computers on my channel, so you kind of know that on its own N150 can run a lot of LLMs, not the huge ones, but can run LLMs. So even with this expansion port, you can add more to it. What I'm going to do is I am going to plug this and power it on. We are going to try a couple of operating systems and we take it from there. All right. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be right back. Okay. So here's what I did. I put two 8 terabyte SATA disks, Samsung disks over here, and I put a 10 gigabit PCIe card in here, which comes with two 10 gigabit PCIe card. So that might require some driver. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So let me turn it on, and I am also recording the screen. So hopefully we'll get into. Okay, so it started. As you can see, the power consumption 25 watts. And remember, I have two SATA disks connected. Oh, there you go. Okay, so we have post screen. We are getting to BIOS now, entering setup. And it is very quiet and so far very cool. And we are not doing anything. So 27, 24 watts-ish. Okay, there you go. Alder Lake, Intel N150, 8 gigabyte DDR5 RAM, 4800 speed. Oh, it already detected my 10 gigabit Ethernet adapter. So I guess no driver needed. That's something I bought a long time ago. I don't even know. I will check and tell you. I think it's Star Tech. I bought it from Amazon probably. I don't know. So CPU configuration, N150, and you have all the settings right over here that you can play around. I'm going to walk through it very quickly. CPU turbo performance. Okay, I didn't enable it. Wait, hold on. Max battery, okay, yeah, so it's on the turbo performance. That's how they're shipping it with, I guess. I mean, with that giant heatsink, it should be fine. And you will be able to see C states is disabled, and yeah, all that stuff for power saving and all that. That's 19 watts in the BIOS. Some other GT power control management with GT, ACPI settings, Super I/O settings, hardware monitor. In the BIOS, it's not showing the temperatures. Hopefully in Ubuntu or other OS, it will show. Yeah, these are the two 2.5 gigabit Ethernets, these two. And these two are mine. This is the PCIe card that I inserted. and everything is healthy, whatever that means. Chipset, bunch of settings over here, and PCIe. So PCIe configuration. Yeah, these are the settings for PCIe and SATA configuration. Oh, by the way, SATA configuration for your disks. You can do, SATA mode and all that stuff right over here. And that's it. USB, security, HD audio, THC configuration, and serial I/O, SCS, which is eMMC controller, ISH, and other stuff. Okay, security boot. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna just do this. I think they are shipping it with casaos. If you're not familiar, oh, there you go. Okay, oh, I didn't touch anything. Okay, so it's okay. So it's basically built on some Ubuntu Debian OS system, and it's called casaos and ZimaOS, whatever yeah, there you go, ZimaOS. Okay, so it's not casaos. So casaos, ZimaOS, it's from the same company who built this. And it's basically, okay, there you go. Yeah, it received IP 172.16.1.102, and it's ETH3, which is correct. So, I mean, for my case, for my adapter, no driver whatsoever is needed. So, you know what? Let's listen to what it says. Enable root login over SSH. You need to say root password Alt-2 to execute passwd. Let's see, ZimaOS. What is it? Root. Okay, so there is no password. Okay, so let's set a password. Okay, is there an SSH? Nope. Is there an APT? Nope. Yum? Nope. Okay, so these are the services that is there. And SSH-access seems to be SSH-access, yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, so I think that did it. Okay, so we have booted into ZimaOS, as you can see over there. Let's go to let's go to my desktop. As you can see, this is the ZimaOS, and here you will be able to see, some stats on your RAM, on your CPU, on your disks. And I have two disks, as you can see, 8 terabyte and 8 terabyte. They are both mounted, SSD storage and SSD storage 1. I can obviously combine and create a RAID, and I already have 16 terabyte storage available to me in ZimaCube, in the Zima server. And if we go to the network, you will be able to see that I have a 10 gigabit connection, Ethernet connection. And yeah, I have also remote access enabled, and this is my ID. I can remotely access this device. That's also there and enabled, which is lovely. It's out of box. I didn't install anything. This comes with it. But remember, you might say, I don't like ZimaOS. I don't like this. Okay, this is an x86 CPU. So you can install any operating system that you want. You can install Ubuntu, you can install Windows, you can install whatever you like. You can install on it. And you can install proxmox and run multiple, VMs on it. But this ZimaCube also is not that bad. You can use it for a lot of things. And also, as I said, it comes with a remote access thingy. If you like it, you can access the server remotely using their cloud, basically infrastructure from anywhere. So you can use it. And it comes with a lot of applications. It comes with, there you go. You can install, this is the Zima virtual machine. You can install and run different operating systems, basically. I'm gonna be honest, I've never tried out of box this one. So I am going to see if it works. Well, why not? Why not? These guys are always impressive. So this one is also working. So this is a Zima virtual machine. I know many people will uninstall this and install proxmox, install pfSense, install Windows, install Ubuntu. But for whatever reason, I like the ZimaOS as is. And as you can see, it's capable. And it comes with, as I said, remote access thingy. This widgets and all that stuff is over here. It's very helpful. Shows you all the stats and everything happening in your network. it's good enough, and it's okay. I don't mind using this to be driver for this setup. And as I said, you can combine these disks on this ZimaOS and create one unified big large storage. But yeah, you do you, whatever you like. I think I jinxed it. This is kind of stuck in here, or maybe not, because I see the network activity. Maybe the progress bar is not showing, but it's working because yeah, it's definitely downloading something. So maybe the UI, okay, now it's 6%. Anyway, so let's get into fast forward mode. Let me install some virtual machines. I want to show you that virtual machines also work. And I showed you the disks already there, and it's working. You can go always to the files, and you know, this is the files application. So you see there's the SSD storage, SSD storage 1, SSD storage. You can drag and drop files right here already, and it will work. Okay, I found the culprit. All the tests for the speed. Okay, so this thing did not work well. It is a 10 gigabit adapter, but it was just giving me a gigabit connection. So I replaced it with this bad boy, which is basically what it says in over here. I will tell you the model later. Actually, AOC STG I2T. So that's what it says right over here. So if you go back now to settings, you will see it's 10 gigabit connection over 10 gigabit. So now if we go back to the SSH shell, which is on the web, it's stuck. So let's do it from here. If we go to the developer thing, view, yep. And for the SSH, web-based terminal. Now, if we do an iPerf test, there you go. So we are not getting 10 gigabit Ethernet exactly, but you know, we are getting 6.2 gigabit Ethernet, which is fast enough. Now, if we go back to the files where we were trying to do, now IP change actually, and if we go to the, yeah, there you go. So if we go to the storage, first of all, we can delete these, okay? And now I can go to the large files and we do it from the web. I'm gonna show you. There you go. That's the speed, 260, 270. There you go, 275. That's the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet cap on my device, and we are capping it, okay? There you go. And if we do the same thing over the Samba, there you go, SSD storage 1. Let's try the other disk. And I'm gonna copy and paste. There you have it. Okay, now we're talking. Now I'm capping the 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. Okay, so keep that in mind. I am going to do the same test with the, you know, this is now the disk. It's not the network or anything. Now disk is, you know, probably cache is filled up and doing this, whatever. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the speed test from a computer that I have over there that also has a 10 gigabit Ethernet. But before that, I just want to show you final thing. Okay, so this one is done, dead. Okay, so IP changed. So we got the SSH working, we got the Samba working, we got the file transfer on the web, and there's a Samba as well. And we got the 10 gigabit Ethernet. Everything is working, and I'm a big fan of the ZimaOS as is. So while I am going to start, actually before starting the download, let's keep this idle. I want to try the 10 gigabit Ethernet test from my other computer that does have a 10 gigabit connection. Let's do that. Okay, so as you can see over here, this is the same SSD storage, and here I have another 10G file, and I'm going to copy it from my 10G computer. And as you can see, it was 500, but now it's coming back down. So this could be due to disk or something else, but yeah, this is what I'm getting on a 10 gigabit computer. So this one that I'm recording from is a 10 gigabit, it does have a 10 gigabit Ethernet connection. And yeah, we are not capping even 2.5 here. Could be due to my disk, could be something else, caching, whatever, I don't know. But this, I just want to show you the speed. And I will test it on the other storage as well, on this one. So, okay, so the other one is doing much better, at least initially, yeah, it's dropped. Okay, so that one held up. Okay, it seems like one of my disks is no good, but yeah, here you go. we were seeing, yeah, there you go. So we were seeing 6 gigabit Ethernet connection, and that's kind of pretty much what we are capping it. Okay, so there you have it. Okay, so as you saw in my 10 gigabit Ethernet, you know, that's what you're going to get as 500, 600 megabytes per second. Okay, so that being said, the only remaining thing is basically running, I guess, an Ubuntu. So we are going to wait for this to finish and we take it from there. Okay, so I downloaded the images and I'm not gonna go through, I just wanna show you that it works. As you can see over here, it's the Ubuntu installation. I can just keep going and install the Ubuntu 11. Ubuntu 22. And over here, I can basically, you can see the Zima logo and I can press a button and it comes here. I went through it, it checks everything and the TPM and all that stuff is also there. So it just proceeds to install Windows 11. So there you have it, okay? Here you can run as many virtual machines as you want, and as you can see, it's snappy. And the power consumption went up to like 30 watts when I'm doing this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You can go like this, next. It works. Here's the Ubuntu. Everything is working nicely, and as you can see, we are killing the RAM. I allocated basically 4 gigabyte RAM for every VM, but yeah, you get the idea. I just wanted to show you this board. We tested 10 gigabit Ethernet as well on the PCIe, 2 SATA disks. ZimaOS is perfectly fine working, the file management in Samba. So yeah, I love everything about this, including the software and the fact that they have they give you the SSH access as well, and you can do the SSH even from this you know, developer mode in the web application. So right here, okay. Overall, I just want to introduce you guys to this bad boy, low power consuming. And okay, one thing I want to show you, actually, hold on a second. Okay, so I am recording the screen on my phone, so you will have a higher resolution footage. But here, I just wanted to show you the hot point, which is 68 Celsius, but that's my 10 gigabit Ethernet. But if you look at down in here, you will see the ZimaBoard, the hottest point is like 59 Celsius, 60. So this bad boy, when you are using almost everything, which is basically, I'm using almost the whole RAM, as you can see over the screen, and a lot of CPU. I'm running virtual machines, 2 of them, installers, and you know, whatever, all the services is running, right? You got the point. You see, when you're doing that, this gets to 60 Celsius, and my 10G Ethernet goes to like 75. So my 10G adapter is actually hotter than the ZimaBoard. So there you have it. It goes to 60C or so, whatever, but it's still performing very, very well. And yeah, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to give me some suggestions and ideas. I'm open to all of it. I know there are a lot of blog posts and other videos, people running different software on this side and really experiment with those things. You can easily, I've done a lot of N150 based SP computer reviews on this channel. So you have seen me running proxmox, Windows, Ubuntu, everything. So you can absolutely do that on this. So yeah, it's just, I wanted to show you guys what you can do as is with the ZimaOS, which is very, very nice, and you will have access to it also remotely, and you have the SATA disks and 10G Ethernet. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed this. I really like where this product is going. I really like what they're doing with software and hardware. Wish them success. So if you enjoyed it, give these guys some love. They are going to launch a Kickstarter campaign. Grab yours, and hopefully you will also enjoy it as much as I do. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.